Hey there, welcome to part 2 of the Introduction to Information Technology series. In this video, we are going to look deeper at the hardware components of a computer system and at how they fit into their roles in the stages of computing. As we saw in our last video, a computer system is made up of different parts which all work together to accomplish the main goal of all computers, that is, processing data and producing information. In order to process data to produce information, a computer needs both hardware and software. Hardware is all the various parts of the computer we can see, touch, and physically interact with. It is all the devices that make up the computer system. Software are all the programs that a computer needs to carry out its tasks. These programs give the computer's hardware instructions as well. For example, if you wanted to type a letter, or maybe browse the internet, you would need a specific type of program or software to do each of these. The many apps on a smartphone are also programs or software. External hardware which is attached to the computer in some way and need to be connected to the computer system in order to do their job are called peripheral devices. Peri means around or about, so peripheral devices are all those external devices connected to your computer system which either provide data to the computer for processing, get processed information from the computer for output to the user, or stores information for later use. Some of these common peripheral devices are shown here. As we have seen before, to accomplish its tasks, a computer has to process data. Processing data to get information involves stages. Input devices are used to put data into the computer for processing. Output devices translate information processed by the computer into a form which we can understand. After processing, the data and information can be stored in a secondary storage device. So in this computer system, devices like the keyboard, mouse, webcam, and scanner are used to get data into the computer for processing or to give the computer instructions and are considered to be input devices. Devices like the monitor, speakers, and printer translate information processed by the computer into a form which the user can understand and are referred to as output devices. Some devices like the flash drive and the disk drive like the CD or DVD drive are storage devices. Some devices can be both input and output device, like the computer headset, as it has both headphones for output and a microphone for input. In a desktop computer system, although many people loosely call the case with all the internal components inside it the CPU, it is actually called the system unit or base unit. Processing takes place in the central processing unit of the computer. The CPU is also known as the processor or the brain of the computer. It takes the raw data and, following the instructions of the programs, converts it into information. The CPU is made up of two parts, the control unit, or CU, and the arithmetic and logic unit. The control unit is the main part of the CPU. It directs and coordinates all the activities within the CPU. The CU determines the sequence in which the instructions are executed, but does not execute them. After processing, the CU receives the processed data and sends it off to the main memory for distribution. We can think of the CU as the control tower at a major airport. The control tower controls all the comings and goings at the airport, directing which flights land, when and where they take off, and where to put the landed airplanes. The control tower also keeps track of all flights currently in its airspace, making sure that there are not accidents like collisions. The CU operates just like that in the computer system, directing the coming and going of computer data, instructing which data is to be processed first and next, and deciding where to send processed data. The CU also keeps track of all data currently moving around the computer system. The arithmetic and logic unit performs all the arithmetic and logic functions in a computer. For example, if an instruction involves performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, or the comparison of data, the ALU will do that. Logic functions are comparisons such as equal to, less than, greater than or equal to. The ALU can compare two values and determine if they are equal and perform an action if they are, and another action if they are not.